Hello everyone, I filmed this video a little bit ago, but I'm just uploading it now because my mom's been sick in the hospital and thank God she's doing a little better. So I'm uploading it now because I wanted you to have it before Thanksgiving. I don't know when I'll be able to film again, but I hope you enjoy it and try it. If I don't see you before Thanksgiving, have a great one. Good morning guys, welcome to my channel, Everything Martha, Crafts and More. I am Martha and I am in my kitchen today and I hope that you'll join me for this delicious recipe. Thanksgiving is almost here, as we all know, and I have this turkey recipe that my family really enjoys. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't really care for the oven baked, turkey that can be a little bit dry and sometimes it could lack flavor actually, well, this is a great alternative and I think you will really enjoy it. You will only need 7 ingredients and it's really easy and inexpensive and my family really loves it. So I'm going to show you now what you will be needing. First and foremost, I want to thank you for watching my videos and for being a part of my channel. If you've been following me for a while, thank you so much. And I have 3 names that have subscribed to my channel since my last video. Welcome Molly Martin, Apparently a Princess, and Angela Perkins. Thank you so much for subscribing. And for anybody else that subscribed that I didn't get the name, well, welcome and thank you so much. Anyway, so here's what you're gonna need if you wanna make this recipe, which I have no doubt that you will really enjoy. I know my family really enjoys it as a turkey alternative. Okay, so you're gonna be needing as many of these as you think you're gonna need to be able to feed the group of people that you're going to be feeding. So this is by Jenny O and it is Applewood smoke flavored turkey breast. So it brings 2 pieces and I'm just gonna make one today and you'll see how I'm gonna slice it once it's cooked, so you'll have slices that you can serve in a delicious sauce. Okay, I'm gonna use some olive oil, some apple juice. Yes, we're gonna use a lot of apple juice for this recipe. Some barbecue sauce, and I'm using the hickory and brown sugar. I'm using some cooking wine. I'm using some seasonings. And I'm using a little bit of cornstarch. I will use this at the end of the recipe just to thicken the sauce a little bit. So that's it. I thought it would be a great time to share this recipe with you since Thanksgiving is just around the corner. And so I'm gonna start now. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoy this recipe and that you will try it and let me know if you try it, if you enjoy it. So let's get started with this recipe. It's really easy. You don't need to cut onions or green peppers or anything like that. It's a really easy, oh, and I might add that it's quite inexpensive because this pack of Jenny O Applewood smoke turkey is just like $6 at my store. So if you buy a few of these because you have a larger group of people to feed, it's still rather inexpensive and it's healthy as well. I typically serve this with a vegetable, maybe a green bean or corn and a mashed potatoes or whatever side that you will like. You can have it with some rice because it will have its sauce that you can put over the rice. Let's get started with this recipe. Okay, you guys, and right now I'm just heating my pan that I'm going to be using, and in the meantime, while it heats up, I'm going to tell you a little story. My cousin was over at my house just a few weeks ago. She was going to spend the weekend. She was visiting over with my mom, and so she's not really a turkey fan. And so that day I had made this for dinner and she's like, I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna serve you guys now because I was serving her and my mom in my mom's side of the house. I don't know if you guys have seen the video. We made like a little apartment on the side of my house for my mom after my dad passed away. And so she has her own bedroom, bathroom, little kitchen, and living room, and a little counter where she eats in her kitchen. And so I was telling my cousin that I was getting ready to serve them dinner, and she's like, oh, what did you make? And when I said turkey, right away I could see in her face that I know she's not a real fan of turkey, but so I served her the turkey with the mashed potatoes and some corn, and after she finished eating, she was like, Oh my goodness, I loved that turkey. How did you make it? And so she made me go with her to the store the next day and buy all the ingredients because she wanted to make it at her house. So that's how much she liked it. So I thought I would just share that with you. And I'm going to be pouring a little bit of olive oil in my pan. And I'm going to be raising the heat on that because we are going to brown the turkey breasts in the olive oil, okay? In there, I'm gonna be adding the spices, and I use a product which is a blend of spices. It has just a little bit of everything pretty much, and it has pepper and salt, and it has onion powder and garlic powder, and so I don't have to be pulling out all these different spices. They're just all mixed up in there. Even though this turkey does have its own seasonings, I always do add a little bit of these spices to my recipe. Okay, so here it is. I've just opened the package, and I don't know if you could tell that there's 2 pieces in there, but you will see when I pull them out. And here is the first piece, okay, and I'm going to put this here in the heat. I'm gonna raise it because I do want to sear it on all sides, okay? And I'm getting ready to pull out the second, which is this one right here. Okay, so now I'm going to rinse my hands, excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna get my spices, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some spices over the top side, and once I flip these 2 pieces of turkey over, I'm going to add spices on the other side as well. You guys, you're going to be amazed at how easy this recipe is to make and how delicious that it turns out. I promise you will not be disappointed with this recipe. And like I said, this is only 7 ingredients. I've already used 3 of them, which is the turkey, the olive oil, and the spices, so we only have 4 to go. As you can see, these 2 little pieces of turkey breast have browned up really nicely, and there's a lot of little pieces stuck to the bottom of the pan. I want those pieces. Those are going to work great to make a delicious sauce. Okay, so next I'm gonna pour the cooking wine in there, and I am not gonna measure. I'm just gonna go ahead and pour a good amount of the cooking wine in there, and it's covered almost half of the height of the breast, okay? So now this cooking wine is going to pick up all those little pieces. Next, I'm gonna add the apple juice, and I'm just gonna pour a whole bunch of that in there as well. So I added enough apple juice so that it almost covered the whole breast, okay? Because we're gonna be cooking the breast in this delicious wine and apple juice, okay? And one more ingredient, we are gonna add some of this delicious honey hickory brown sugar barbecue sauce, and we're gonna pour a whole bunch of that in there as well. Okay. All right, my 2 breasts are pretty much covered to the top, and that's the way that I want it, because I'm gonna cook these 2 turkey breasts in there. I would say it's probably gonna take a good half hour. So I'm going to cover them, and I'm gonna lower the heat so that it is simmering, and I'm gonna let them cook. So it's starting to simmer, as you can see. And this combination of the cooking wine with the juices from the turkey and the apple juice and the barbecue sauce, it will make the most delicious sauce that you will have tasted in a good long while. Starting to boil, I'm gonna reduce the heat to a medium heat, low to medium heat, and I'm gonna let it simmer like that, probably for about a half an hour. I will let you know when I feel like it's done, how long it took. And I guess it's also going to depend on how many of these turkey breasts you're going to be making. I have made the recipe with 4 of the pieces, which would be 2 packages or 6. So depending on that, you use the correct size pot, and the correct amount of cooking time. You will be able to tell when they are fully cooked. I will show you when it's done, and then I'll show you when I slice them up and plate them up. And I'm leaving the barbecue sauce that fell on top of the breast. I'm just gonna leave it there as it cooks. Okay guys, so the meat is cooked and tender, and I left it in there for like 40 minutes, and I have turned it off and it's cooled, because you should never cut the meat when it is hot, because then all the juices will just drain out of your meat. So I've got my electric knife here. All right. And I guess you could use a regular knife, but it'll make the job a lot easier if you use an electric knife. And I have let the meat stay out till it cools, and I'm gonna start slicing. This turkey is really tender, so I'm gonna put this turkey back in the sauce. Okay. And this other piece was so tender that it broke in half. So I might cut this piece, because you can cut it either the way that I cut it over there, or you can cut it the long way. So I'm gonna cut this one the long way. And you'll have longer pieces like this. Put those back in the sauce, which smells delicious, I might add. And there's one more piece. This is the other piece that broke off. I'm gonna cut that one as well. The sauce is really thick, and let's put this back on the stove. And here it is, you guys. So I have put it back in the sauce, and I'm going to heat it up now. The cornstarch, I don't think I'm gonna have to use it this time. It depends on how thick your sauce ended up, and it seems like it's pretty thick, so I don't believe that I need to add the cornstarch. What I would have done is just put 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to a little bit of water, and then mix it up and add it into the boiling sauce. And if your sauce is thin, that would thicken it up, but I don't think that I need that today, because it's really thick and so tender, and it smells so good. I have only good things to say about this recipe, you guys. It's, like I said, it's easy. It's only 6 or 7 ingredients. It's healthy, it's inexpensive, and most importantly, it tastes delicious. So that's what it looks like, and I will show you when I plate it up. Okay, you guys, and here it is all plated up. It's time for dinner, so I'm sure my family is gonna really enjoy this. I hope that you will try it. It's a really nice alternative to the traditional turkey for maybe a Thanksgiving meal or any meal of the year. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Hasta luego, guys. Bye.